So my name is Andy Solomon. I'm the CEO of Soul Society. I've been in early stage e-commerce businesses for quite some time. Most recently, before Soul Society, I was part of the Outlook team, the executive team there. When we got bought by Nordstrom, Soul Society was a business within Outlook, and then we spun it out as a separate entity. We are a brand of women's footwear, handbags, and accessories. We believe that women deserve to look great, feel chic, and do it in a way that's very affordable. So we produce all our product overseas. We sell it on our site and omnichannel through Nordstrom, Nordstrom Direct, and some other wholesalers. Our product is on trend, yet not tragically trendy, and we hope to inspire our customer with new fashions and new styles each and every day.
And my name is John Provisor. I'm CIO and co-owner of Guidance Solutions. We are a digital e-commerce agency. We design, build, host, maintain, and really help companies grow over time the e-commerce channel. Some of our customers, you may know, we've worked with some of the bigger brands in the industry, including Ray-Ban sunglasses, Tom shoes, Anastasia, Beverly Hills, Silver Jeans, Soul Society, teaching company, Foot Locker, and many, many more. We've launched over 500 web solutions since our inception. We happen to be a Microsoft Gold partner as well, and we've won the Partner Excellence Award the last few years running. We hope to win it tomorrow as well. So we're going to talk about a strategic roadmap for growth. There are an infinite number of steps you can really approach in terms of growing your solutions online. And Andy and I sat down and we came up with several here. So we're going to start off with the foundational component and really the platform that you're going to develop on. The platform, whatever you choose, it should be scalable. It should enable you to grow to the multi-millions we're talking about, right? We're going to look at the mobile component and typically responsive. Email marketing as a way to really resell and upsell your current customer base. We'll talk about customer acquisition, finally getting out there and acquiring customers, grabbing them from the online space. We'll look at marketplaces and comparison shopping engines, social media and social commerce and how that plays into your growth. And finally, kind of the Nirvana of technology, the omni-channel, where all systems are functioning together. So let's just look at e-commerce. So Magento clearly is a highly recommended foundation to develop your e-commerce solution. As you probably have experienced from the show, it's the fastest growing e-commerce solution out there. It's scalable almost infinitely, can take you to hundreds of millions of dollars. We've launched several systems that have eclipsed the $100 million price point on the Magento platform. So really, there's almost no limit to where it can take you. It can literally, we do start with customers. They have a great brand and they don't have a store online, and we start them with the community version that's very reasonable at cost and can get them up and running. They graduate to the enterprise version, and then you can graduate to the tens of millions of dollars. So it's a foundation, a platform that really allows for infinite growth, and in large part because of partners, and you can certainly experience them out on the show floor, and all the infinite integrations that it allows. There really isn't any technology that hasn't been poked and prodded, and a solution that you can find in an extension and plug in and get up and running right away. So total cost of ownership is one of the lowest and certainly is one of the best platforms. So Andy, let me ask you, started Soul Society 2.5, 3 years ago, an unknown brand new to the market space, a very big decision, kind of branching from Outlook, and maybe you'll mention a little bit of that, and branching away from that technology, and you went with Magento as a functional platform, and maybe you could share with the audience why.
Sure. For us, we actually launched Soul Society as a different business model. It was on a subscription basis, and it was part of Outlook. And Outlook had a custom platform, and when we launched the business on Outlook platform and then spun the business out, we really needed to look internally and decide what technology would be best for us. And we were very focused on our product, what our customer is going to buy each and every day and what's going to make us successful. And so rather than spend the time, the energy to build a platform that is custom, Magento just made a whole lot of sense. For us, we are a brand. We have a catalog. We have SKUs. We have styles. We have color. And with all of the different plugins and the different features and functionality that we could customize on top of Magento, it just made a whole lot of sense. So for us, to get up quickly with reasonable capital expenditure, it was actually a pretty easy decision for us, and it's been great.
Yeah. The second component of this foundation is it's not only the technology, but of course the design, the user experience, and how the customer interacts with your brand and how you represent it online. At Guidance, we put a lot of energy into the experience, the functionality, designing wireframes, flows, all the way through graphic design. Each of our sites really does look like the brand that they're representing. And maybe some thoughts, Andy, on how Soul Society's design has impacted the experience and performance.
As I mentioned earlier, we really want to inspire our girl when she comes to the site to find product that she loves, make shopping easy, and convert to the purchase. So we've tried to make the navigation, the imagery simple, but give our girl an idea about how she can wear the product, how she can be inspired to think new ways to wear the product. And so we've tried to be pretty simple on our homepage and then on the product detail page in terms of great imagery, easy navigation, and easy checkout. Less clicks to the checkout, and really simplicity. And every time we make an effort to simplify, take a step out, it seems to help us in our conversion.
Yeah, and one thing I've noticed is you don't just stick with your product. For example, even on the product detail page, you have photos of your shoes and maybe a handbag, but you also have a full outfit that your girl is wearing, and that really seems to play well with your customer.
She's responded very well to that. We call it how to wear, and we actually style it with very expensive clothing down to very affordable clothing. And we actually call out the other brands, and it's been quite successful for us. We get all kinds of press about it. We get a lot of social virality out of our how to wear images, and bloggers are posting. So we've actually used, in a sense, rented other brands and the brand equity to help build credibility in our own brand.
Yeah, and you're making it easier for the customer to shop because they really have a whole look and outfit that they could pick from. So that's the foundation. So we have the e-commerce platform, right? Now you have a solution that's designed beautifully, that can transact tens of millions of dollars online, but what other components do you need to grow? So you absolutely need, this is the foundation of your home, right? And the next one that Andy and I feel that's undisputed, that you really, that's a must-have in terms of growth, is a mobile, or what we call responsive today solution. And let me just take a brief survey, kind of before we jump into this one. How many folks out there actually are pure e-tailers and have an e-tail store? If you could just raise your hand. So this is no retail, right? You're selling directly from your store online, right? Okay, small port, 20, 25%. And how many actually have both retail stores and e-commerce solution? So probably the remainder there. Okay, so responsive. The announcement today, I'm sure you all heard, 114 has a built-in responsive theme, and it's going to enable developers like us to really escalate how quickly we can get these responsive solutions out there. Guidance, and we've been developing responsive themes for over a year, and I'd say at least for the past 12 months, every single client that we've engaged with is developing or has a responsive solution, and for good reason. So the majority of traffic online today does come from mobile or tablet devices, so you're getting well over 50% of your traffic typically from these mobile devices, right? And if you're not specifically catering to them, if your site isn't rendering exactly in that landscape that's appropriate, literally you're going to lose business to the competitors. So let's hear a little bit from Soul Society about their mobile choice and how and why they got there.
We've chose to go with a mobile optimized site. We're not responsive at this point. We're contemplating it. I know you're pushing us to go in that direction. The majority of our business is shoes, and one of the themes of our business is new product. We release new product each and every day onto the site. And so that inspiration through our email pushes and through our social push is we want that engagement with our customers. And so they need to be able to access the site, see beautiful imagery, and be able to check out quickly online. So the mobile optimized site was the best choice for us at that point. Obviously, there's great benefit from responsive. The question as an operator is, what are the expenses associated with that, and is there more production that needs to be done? And so at the time, when we were doing it, that was a decision that we made to just do a mobile optimized site and not do responsive. I think technology has enabled some savings at this point, and we're moving towards.
We'll get you on there.
Yeah, I know you'll
sure.
move us there. For us, while we get more and more engagement online, on mobile, it is still a browsing tool, because a lot of people are looking, seeing the new product, and then when they get back to their tablet or back to their desktop, that's when they're converting. So while conversion continues to go up, it's still, for us, a great tool to introduce the product and then get the conversion later on in the day or the next day.
So we have the foundation, Magento, we have mobile, undisputed, and then email marketing. So I presume it's no secret, but email marketing and automated email marketing is probably the least expensive and most impactful marketing you can do for your site, right? It's still catering to customers that have visited you and subscribed to newsletters and or have purchased, right? So you're reselling current customers and re-engaging those customers. Nonetheless, it is super impactful, and the technology today with the Brontos out there and the list tracks that embed very directly into Magento and make the implementation seamless and very simple for our development staff really is at an all-time power. You can do so much out of the box with these tools today. You can remarket abandoned carts. You can notify people when products come back into inventory. You can create independent segregated lists and personalization. So when certain types of products come in, they get emailed to certain types of people. So it's undisputed how powerful these solutions are. And Soul Society recently upgraded their email platform, and here's a couple screenshots of some of the solutions they do. We have cart abandonment and the introductory email. Andy, will you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. So we actually, there's kind of three categories that we view email. We're a heavy emailer. We came from the flash sale world, so that we're very familiar with it and comfortable with it. We email on a daily basis, and we kind of divide our emails into three categories: our transactional emails, our activation emails, and our retention emails. And we really think about the life cycle of our customer and what the behavior is for each segment, and we have a whole bunch of different segments as we look to our customer base. When was the last time they purchased? What did they purchase? How much did they purchase? Did they purchase with a coupon the first time? Did they purchase full price? Were they purchasing things on sale? So all of these different kind of characteristics and segmentations allow us to treat and promote to different customer bases in different segments in different ways. So each and every day we'll have a series of different emails that go out to activate customers who have been stagnant for a little while, or we just need to get our retention rate and work on our retained customers and get customers who maybe bought 2 and 3 times and we want them to buy a 4th time. And we'll talk to those customers in different ways. So we really use email as a key acquisition tool and a retention tool. In addition to that, we have all the transaction emails that each and every one of our businesses have to communicate with the customer as they purchase. And then cart abandonment, ratings and reviews are all triggered through email. So it's an absolute essential tool for us. It's the most efficient tool for us in terms of conversion and just pure economics of how much we spend, how much we make.
Yeah, I don't know many customers that have such a sophisticated email strategy as your company does, and it really shows an excellence of conversion and remarketing to these existing customers. So I highly recommend an investment, a deep investment in email automation. So now we've talked about the foundation, Magento, mobile, and email, right? No matter what you have to have those building blocks just basically to turn your site on. And many times we've actually seen these beautiful sites with those great technologies and functionalities, and they don't get the traffic, right? So they're not reaching out and grabbing people across the internet and saying, hey, we're here, come to our site, right? So you have the ability to convert them and remarket to them and treat them through a mobile solution, but you're not getting new customers. And now we're on to acquisition. So you have the foundation, and now we're going to acquire customers. So with acquisition, there's really a great deal of potential and possibility. You could hire a marketing agency, and they could purchase land space on Google AdWords and pay for marketing, SEM. There's SEO and natural search categories. And very importantly, there's affiliate marketing. So basically rewarding affiliates to market for you and bring customers to your site. Let's hear a little bit about how Soul Society approaches that.
So we've been on LinkShare. It's been very effective for us. Our affiliate network has grown rapidly. It's one of the most efficient acquisition channels for us, and we're continuing to invest and try to grow it aggressively. We really view acquisition as a complete portfolio of applications and functionalities that we pursue. So we buy search, we retarget, we do a lot of PR, we do a lot of social, and together we even do DRTV. We work to a target CPA and a target conversion rate that gets us to a price that we're happy with and that works from an LTV standpoint. So it's really a portfolio, and it's constantly changing. We spend quite a bit of funds and time on Facebook, and our Facebook advertising has been extremely effective because of the way that they segment their user groups and their interest groups. And we've had great success, but it continues to change.
Yeah.
They just change their algorithm, and all of a sudden things that were working aren't working. And so you have to figure out this week what you're going to do. So it's a constant evolving art and science. There's some of both. And when you think you finally have figured it out and things are chugging, the next week something else happens. So it's an interesting, it's a constant battle to get the numbers where you want them to be.
Yeah. And I've seen customers turn on affiliate marketing and really had an incredible bump, 20, 30% just in the initial year of revenue increases. So it's an extremely powerful way to get your brand out there very quickly.
And it's also correlates directly to what your offer is. The more aggressive you want to be with your affiliate network, the more successful you're going to be. So
you give, you get. Right?
You give, you get.
Yeah. All right, so beyond acquisition, now we're into the marketplaces. So, there's the major marketplaces. eBay is a fantastic marketplace, and the ability for Magento to integrate with tools like M2E, which is an extension. We can get a site up and running very quickly in days onto eBay. So we pull the products, the prices, the inventory, and we can render the images right there on the store and get sales. And a whole other channel that the brand may never have considered. Of course, there's Amazon, Rakuten, and then there's the comparison shopping engines, Price Grabber, Nextag, and Google Shopping, of course, where, again, the feeds can be pulled out of Magento and really very quickly put into these solutions that allow you to get your product into a market space where the user doesn't have to go to www.soulsociety.com, but they can explore and find your shoe or your accessory or your product in these other realms. So, Andy, you want to tell us a little bit about how Soul is approaching this?
We're certainly doing the PLAs. Our product is getting out there. It's a little different for us because it's our own brand and we have very limited distribution. So there's not a lot of shopping comparison because there's not a lot of other places where they can price compare. For us, it's really at Nordstrom or on Soul Society, and Nordstrom is funding us, so we're not really worrying about the competing. We're happy if they buy at Nordstrom or they're happy if they buy at us. But it is a matter of getting out there in the Google Shopping and pushing our product out. So we utilize some of this, not all of it.
Right. What we were talking about, giving and getting. So there are the coupons.com and the Retail Me Nots, and they really do have an incredible share in the market. Many people go to those sites very first before they shop your brand, and you can integrate with them seamlessly as well. All right, social media. So we've got the foundation, we've got the mobile, we've got email, we have affiliate marketing, we have marketplaces, and now social commerce. So social commerce, it's not new, but it's relatively new. In the original commerce days, 8-10 years ago, it was a one-way dialogue. You would put up your site, you would put up products, you would tell the user the price, you'd put them through a checkout, and it was pretty much a lecture, right? And today, then evolved ratings and reviews. So the user had a little bit more input into their voice on your site. But today, users actually have an extremely powerful view and voice on your site and your products and your services, and they're expressing it through Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, Facebook, and whether you know it or not, that's happening and swirling around. So the best thing to do is really to come together with a strategy and approach on how to best leverage social commerce. On the whole, our customers are kind of taking this approach at a very high level. In the next minute or so, I'll lay it out. So Twitter is often the voice of the owner of the company or the voice of the company. So he or she may tweet about a new product release and a launch, or may even tweet, wasn't it great that the Clippers won last night, right? So it's really a personalized voice to the community where they can share and relate to that owner or proprietor, that voice of the company, right? And then you have Instagram, and that often is used as what we call a company lens. So that's your ability to display your product in the way you wish. So it might be more lifestyle photos, and you're really portraying your product more in a real situation, maybe in a real environment, and uploading those images. That gets a lot of great feedback from the customer base. Facebook is often used as what we call the voice of the brand. So often we have a store relationship to Facebook. So you can actually shop on products in Facebook and convert them on your site, or actually convert them within Facebook. Discounts, coupons, ratings can be posted on Facebook. So that's the voice of the brand. And finally, Pinterest is what we're kind of calling the fashion board. So this is where your first release of product images might come out, your brand new catalog, your runway view of your product. So Pinterest for the beautiful imagery and the relationship they have with customers. So we're seeing that general landscape in social commerce.
Social is critical to what we're doing. It's just been amazing to me. I've been in the shoe business now for 4 years, and the passion that women have for shoes, I think those of us who are married or have a significant other, or if you're a woman, you might have that passion, but it is extraordinary the virality we get with regard to the product. Because we are a company that is constantly bringing newness, the social graph is a perfect place for us, and we've leveraged it. We use it to inspire, we use it to establish credibility, we use it to establish community, we use it to acquire customers, we use it for engagement. And as John was speaking about, each one of these platforms have different advantages, and we will have contests, and we will post new product with a little spin on how to wear it. We will, when we get product that's a bestseller back in, before it goes on the site, we kind of tease it on the social platforms. And when we do that, we generate demand, so as soon as it goes on the site, we already have some good sell-through. So there's just endless tactics that is, again, trial and error, what's working and what's not. But for us, Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook have all direct conversion implications for us with our products. So each and every day, social is a big part of our marketing efforts.
Yeah, and tapping into the social passion of your users is really the key to the success of this. So if you do have a product, we were fortunate to work with Tom Shoes, where their user base is so passionate, and they were sending in photos every day of getting married in Tom Shoes, climbing a mountain in Tom Shoes, walking on the beach in Tom Shoes, that we actually created a page of how you wear it, and these photos were were then linked to product. So there's great ways to tap into that passion, but it really is understanding your customer base and where they're coming from with that passion.
We also use the whole blogosphere through our social channels as well. When you can rent the credibility of a third party, a blogger, we found it to be very, very successful, and sometimes it's paid, sometimes it's organic, but leveraging the blog post into your own social channels just feeds that virality and creates additional sell-through.
Yeah, and there are great social tools out there. We used a tool called Olapic, and it pretty much scours the web and it looks for hashtag Soul Society images on Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, and it pulls these images, and you can actually curate them and repost them on your site, right? And then it allows, so basically you're allowing the customer, taking selfies or images of them wearing your products, and they're marketing it for you, they're advertising for you. There really is no better way than to communicate with your customer base and get them inspired. We're on our last topic here, which is really one of the most exciting and powerful. So omni-channel. So here's really where it all comes together. Omni-channel is the ability for you to tie those systems in together. So you have e-commerce platform, and you have a retail point of sales, you have an order management system, you have an ERP system, and they're really often siloed and not talking to each other. And in a true omni-channel situation, they're sharing data, they're exchanging that data real time, and the person ordering online can pick up in the store, right? And the store clerk knows that person's coming, and they're going to pick up the box, and it gets decremented from the inventory and invoiced properly amongst all systems. So we've done several omni-channel implementations where you can buy online, pick up in-store, buy online, return in-store, buy from the store because the red medium dress is not available, buy from in-store via a kiosk, and get it shipped no charge to your home, right? So you can really see how it ties together. And some of the average order values of customers that are going through this experience have really, they're going up 200–300%. So people who buy online and go in the store might end up walking out spending 2 or 3x what they actually purchased online through upsells in the store. So it's an incredibly powerful solution. It's becoming more what we call a brand differentiator. So the brands that are known to have that have the ability to tie that together are really, the most excellent in the market space today. So let's hear from Soul Society how you're approaching omnichannel.
We're blessed that we have Nordstrom as a partner, so it's kind of a built-in opportunity for us. We're now in 60 stores in Nordstrom, as well as we drop ship for Nordstrom.com. We would like to get to a point where there's the ability to return in store or buy in store and return, what you just mentioned. We're not there quite yet, but we definitely see significant attribution from the brick and mortar onto our site. There's a limited assortment on the floor of Nordstrom and limited colors, and although the number isn't exact, we think it's between 15 and 20% of our customers are actually coming from being introduced to the brand at Nordstrom. So we know that as we expand there, as we expand our assortment and have more presence, and now we're moving to some other wholesale channels as well, you get that cross-pollination. Many of you have brick and mortar and online, so you have that in a more established brand perhaps, but clearly the future is to have the customer have one experience, and they're going back and forth, and they get to conduct all of their transactions as though it's one retailer. And the more that we as retailers and merchants can provide that experience, the more loyalty I think we're going to develop with our customer base.
Yeah, and we really see a trend today from these pure e-tailers that are doing really well through their e-commerce channel to start actually investing in retail and opening up stores. So more and more we're seeing that happening today.
In the end, the site is a door.
Yeah,
right?
it's just one channel.
It's a door. So it can be a very big door, but it's a door. And the ability to let your customer or provide access to your products and provide access to your customer from all places, whether it's when they're walking down the street, on the phone, in a store, or online. I think That's the silver bullet.